Today, she's unveiling a new nationwide campaign to fight childhood obesity. Her mission is pretty ambitious: change the diet and exercise habits of most of the country. And she says it starts with her own family.
I mean, kids are, they're malleable, they can learn this stuff, right, and they can develop new taste, and, so I don't think it'll be that difficult to make the kind of changes.
Because you're really going to have to change the mindset of a lot of people that are deep-rooted.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's challenging.
Big mindset change, but, kids are open. I saw it again in my kids. They were the first ones to learn these lessons and to follow things through.
Last time we talked about this, and you mentioned about Sasha and Malia and about the red flag and the pediatrician.
Yeah.
Their family doctor expressed concern about the girls' health, specifically their body mass index, or BMI, an indicator of healthy weight. You've made some recent comments when you talked about body mass index, BMI, and there were quite a few that were like, wait a minute, have you gone too far here in bringing your children into this discussion because they see Sasha and Malia and don't feel that they really are part of this obesity that you're talking about with children, and we're a little taken aback.
Well, unfortunately, they're not now, right? Because I had a pediatrician who helped me identify these problems early on, and we were able to make some very minor changes in our lifestyle, adding more water to our diet, eating out a little bit less, looking at portion sizes, very small changes, and I saw improvements over the span of a month. So I understand the sensitivity around the entire conversation, particularly as a mother with girls. I mean, this conversation is not about just weight or size or BMI. It's about overall health and the kind of lives that we want our kids to lead, and we've got to set them up for success. And in order to do that, they have to be physically and emotionally able to handle the challenge. So, we want to make sure that people understand this is about overall health, and physical fitness, and it's something that I stress in my household is a part of that. It's a natural part of your life.
So how do we have the conversation with young women and not make them sensitive to the fact that we're not making it about how you look, but it's how you feel?
Right. You've got to have a full conversation. And the approaches to the problem have to reflect that. It's where physical fitness is key. The quality of food in school lunch. Again, this isn't just about looks, this is about nutrition. And we know that 30 million kids here in America are getting the majority of calories at school. So we need to be focused on what's the quality of those calories and making sure they're not empty calories, right?
How do you incorporate all that with schools that are just barely staying in existence and they have so many priorities? But physical education is one of those things in school it's seen as an option or an elective. It's not really a requirement.
When we were growing up, it wasn't a choice. It wasn't you either learn how to read or you learn how to run. We did both, and we have to get back to that point in our lives where we're not making these false choices. We know that kids learn better if they come to school with a good, healthy meal in their stomachs, and they get a chance to run out that energy. So we have to get out of that, sort of mindset where it's either or. We have to do it all.
Do you have any benchmarks, any goals set in place?
The president is going to sign a memorandum creating the first ever federal task force on child obesity. And this is what makes this effort really special. And he's going to call for some of the key departments over the course of 90 days to come up with a long-term action plan. We're asking people to come to the table with their solutions, as opposed to us saying, we want you to do this and you to do that.
The First Lady readily admits that at times practicing what she preaches can be a bit of a struggle.
I love burgers and fries, and I love ice cream and cake, and so do most kids. And we're not talking about a lifestyle that excludes all that. That's the fun of being a kid. That's the fun of being human. The question is, how do we help people balance that out so that they're not facing life-threatening preventable illnesses, but they're enjoying their food, they're eating their vegetables, they're doing their running and walking and playing, and still, have time to get a good fun meal in every once in a while. That's the life that, you know, I'm hoping that we can build for Americans, more balanced, more common sense, and more informed.
And you can see more and read more of the interview on our website at abcnews.com. Click on GMA.